Hello, welcome back, Steve's Retirement Corner. Retirement expectations versus reality. This is the one thing I got right, I believe. Just how, I'm not quite sure. But my retirement reality has really turned out. It's actually turned out better than I expected, than I planned for, than I could have dreamed of. Really, it has. Uh, I think where what I did was I didn't realize how big a factor just the overall feeling of being retired uh, would play into it, into my happiness or my enjoyment. The day I left the plant, I felt a little bit lighter on my feet. I was a little bit more carefree. It, a little bit more willing to do things. Uh, my energy level went up. How's that? And that is added to the overall feeling in retirement. How's that? That's why I think it's turned out a little bit better than I expected it would have. We're all what products of our environment. You know what you've been around all your life. And that's how I went about thinking about my retirement. I went off of what I saw or know. From family, friends, neighbors, even guys I've worked with before that I've seen them after they retired. I, I noticed the way they retired, and I knew how they generally lived before they retired. You seen how happy they were in retirement. Even the ones that didn't have had a rough time in retirement. They were generally happier being retired than when they were working. So that's all I had to go off of, and that's the reason I didn't follow that new retirement dream stuff they got out there, where you're supposed to find purpose. Get you another job. To add back to the community or whatever, or volunteer your time, or start a new business. Life don't end at retirement, and it doesn't. But your life after retirement is different for everybody, depending on how you are. And so when I was thinking about it, I try to be realistic. I try to be honest with myself when I was planning. You know, is it realistic for me to go out there and plan to buy a new car every 3 to 5 years in retirement? No, I've never bought a new car and never held one less than 10 or 12 years to begin with. It's the same way with my vacations. Hawk, the hawk up there. My, you know, we never spent more than 3 or 4 days anywhere since we've been married, or, and it includes with the kids. You know, so it wasn't realistic for me to plan on a 3 or 4 week vacation once a year somewhere. It just wasn't. And by doing that kind of stuff, it saved me a ton of money that I didn't have to have saved in order to retire. You know, I didn't plan for a 10% year over year, growth on my money. You know, I figure I saved at least $300,000 or $400,000 of savings and investments by being real with myself, by being honest. You know, uh, you know, it, it just wasn't realistic. It wasn't real. It wasn't who I was. So I didn't plan for that, and it saved me a lot of money, and it allowed me to steal a couple of extra years of my life back from a job. And that's the big thing. You know, now we don't have no flashy retirement, but we enjoy it. It's the same life we had before I retired, only now I'm not working. And that was my goal. It wasn't so much to do anything extra or special. It was just to carry on the status quo. I had a coach one time. He was gym coach in 8th grade. We used to come out to class every year, every day. And we'd always start by running a lap around the big field we had. Then we'd all line up and do calisthenics, jumping jacks and junk like that. Well, one day we had just finished our lap, running our lap. He come up to us and he said, "Listen here, y'all." He says, "It's not how far you run, it's how you run. And y'all did a good job, so y'all go on. We don't do no exercises today." So we went on about whatever we were supposed to be doing that day. And that same holds true for retirement. It's not so much what you do with your time in retirement, it's how you spend that time. Spend it doing something you enjoy. And I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's sitting there watching the grass grow. If that's what you enjoy, you'll never regret one day of retirement. I think he's stealing eggs up in that magnolia tree. He just flew back across that way. Uh, you'll never, you'll never regret one day your retirement. You know, if you're looking for a new hobby or something, spend time looking for it. You know, spend time with your family. You'll never forget that. You'll never regret that time. You know, but I think that's ultimately how I ended up with a better retirement than I could have dreamed of. Being realistic with my expectations and my numbers. And being honest with myself how I was going to spend my time when I left. I knew I was not going to do anything special when I left. I was pretty much going to carry myself right on, just like we had been doing. What's not to like about it? The way I look at it, for me, anyways. So, yeah, my reality is even better than I could expect. Listen, Tuesday's July 4th. It's also Cowbell Tuesday. I'm still going to jump on here and put out a video. Ring the bell for everybody retired. Ain't going to be 5-10 minute video. Well, I got a handful of names this week though, so we'll see. Or this month, and who knows? You might get a surprise from a nut down here in Central Virginia. You never tell. But it being a holiday weekend, y'all enjoy yourself. Y'all have a Friday, July 4th cookout. We cooked out last night. I did. I don't think the baby wants me to tonight. I think she's got something else planned. But y'all enjoy your fireworks. Enjoy your weekend. It should be a good weekend. You be safe around them fireworks. And y'all take care. We'll talk with y'all later.